It's a good AGam in Kansas morning. Good morning. Let's take a look and see what's coming up today. First, join us at this year's BIF Awards, where we catch up with Josh White, the Executive Director of Producer Education for NCBA, Keith Belk, Professor of Meat Safety and Quality at Colorado State University, Stewart Bauck with GeneSeek, and Matt Barten with Embruon. Then learn about new technologies at K-State to treat equine lameness. We'll end with a reminder to all growers to comment on the EPA's draft ecological risk assessment for Atrazine use. Closed captioning brought to you by Ag Promo Source. Together we grow. Learn more at agpromosource.com. This segment brought to you by Kansas Regenerative Medicine. Your stem cells, your health, your life.
Welcome to AGam in Kansas. I'm your guest host, Sam Capone, and today we're at the BIF convention in Manhattan, Kansas, and I'm here with Josh White. Josh, tell us a little bit about your job duties.
Sure. I'm the Executive Director of Producer Education for the National Cattlemen's Beef Association. And as part of that role, I get to serve on the BIF, Beef Improvement Federation Board of Directors, and also lead the awards committee.
So tell us about the convention here.
Well, it's been great. Huge attendance, great turnout. It's really about bringing all segments of the production side of the industry together. A lot of people think of BIF as very high-level seed stock, but there's a lot of things here for commercial producers, anybody in the cattle business or breeding cattle.
Do you know about the amount of people that we have here?
I know it's approaching 700 folks.
That's great.
So it's a great turnout.
So about the awards that you guys give out, how does that work?
Well, we have quite a few different awards. We award a Seed Stock Producer of the Year and a Commercial Cattleman Ranch of the Year. Those two obviously are submitted by BIF members, member organizations such as Kansas Livestock Association. They submitted some. We have multiple entries in all of those awards, and so really, really tough competition, but essentially it's about people, people making a difference, people that we can look up to and that we can aspire to achieve what they have achieved in their breeding programs. And then we have another category of awards that recognizes folks that are within the genetics industry or help with BIF. One of those is called the Continuing Service Award. That is for folks that have greatly impacted the industry of, in the genetics research and or support of the BIF organization itself. So they've helped with writing some of the guidelines for performance procedures, that sort of thing that BIF does. So, and then there's a Pioneer Award, and that's for someone that has made a huge impact in the industry over a period of time. A lot of those try to reach out to regional winners as well, so we encourage our states that are close to wherever we are hosting the event that year to submit a lot of nominations for all of the awards. And then one last award, we have an Ambassador Award, and that's typically for someone that's in the media. So someone in the ag trade media or a breed publication that promotes not only BIF and the principles of BIF, which is to advance cattle production through genetics and performance records, but also just that does a great job promoting the benefits of the cattle industry and achieving great production practices to increase efficiency and just do an overall good job with cattle. So we have a wide array of awards.
Well, the awards are great to recognize people across the ag industry as a whole.
That's right.
Well, thanks for joining us today, and we hope to enjoy more of the BIF convention.
All right, thanks for having me.
Grain sorghum is one of the most important cereal crops worldwide, and Kansas leads the nation in its production. Over the years, sorghum has been either exported, used in animal feed domestically, or for other industrial uses. Recently, its use in the ethanol market has seen tremendous growth, with 30% of domestic sorghum typically going to ethanol production. Kansas Grain Sorghum is committed to sorghum research, market development, and education. Learn more at ksgrainsorghum.org.
Here's another gardening tip with Annette Jackson from Jackson's Greenhouse.
Fresh herbs are healthy and add zest to almost every recipe. The folks at Jackson's grow more than 50 varieties of herbs right here, and many are available year-round. Our staff has hands-on experience and can't wait to assist you with your herb needs. Stop in and see us at Jackson's. We're open 7 days a week.
Our annual June clearance is now bigger than ever. Choose Mix or Match flat specials or buy one, get one half off the second plant.
Buying a car shouldn't be this hard. And at Brown Chevrolet Buick in Wamego, it isn't. It's actually awesome. Whether you want a new or used car or truck, Toby's team can make the deal. Even if you want to custom order a new car or truck, Toby's team can make the deal. See Toby's team at Brown Chevrolet Buick in Wamego. We're awesome.
Support Kansas agriculture education with an AgriTag. AgriTags are available anytime at your county treasurer. They look great on cars and trucks. For more information, go online to ksagclassroom.org.
This segment brought to you by Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture. To join today or for more information, go to kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
You know, the two things that are most important to consumers when they make a purchasing decision is food safety and eating satisfaction. In other words, how does the product perform for them, given an expectation for that performance that's based on how much we ask them to pay for it. And so the first thing that we've tried to do as an industry is we've used marbling to try and address that. And we select for marbling scores. We have EPDs for marbling scores. But in truth, we haven't appeared to have made a lot of genetic progress because we actually produce fewer choice and prime carcasses today than we produced in the 1970s by quite a distance. And so the issue becomes, if we do see any improvement, what was the reason for that improvement? Was it because we have modified the population genome by selecting for specific genes? In our case, it doesn't appear to be so. It appears to be that any improvements that we've made in marbling score have been merely the consequence of changing the hide color of our population. There's a number of reasons for that. One of the reasons is that we don't have a good pricing mechanism that sends appropriate signals to producers on what they should emphasize in their genetic selection. That's the first problem. But another more important and concerning problem to me is that we do have EPDs for all of these characteristics, and I know lots of people that utilize them. I know there's some that don't. But yet we've failed to really show substantial genetic improvement. And so my question becomes, why is that so? And I think it's so because perhaps it's not just the genome of the animal that we should be selecting against. Perhaps it should be the genome of the animal and the microbiota that live in and around the animal that we should be selecting for. Perhaps what animal geneticists might be thinking about looking for in the future is not only selecting for gene expression that occurs in the genome of cattle, but also gene expression that occurs in the genome of the microbiome. So all of the organisms that live together inside an animal. And moving forward, if we do want to then make true progress, genetic progress, that results in a phenotype of, for example, improved eating satisfaction, that we select for those across a wider genome than the way we've thought about it historically.
Next time you see a beautiful field of corn, reach out and thank the farmers who work tirelessly to raise corn for livestock feed, renewable fuels, and exports to feed a growing world population. The farmers on the Kansas Corn Commission work for Kansas Corn with grower-funded checkoff dollars that support foreign and domestic market development, research, promotion, and education to expand opportunities for Kansas farmers. To learn more, visit kscorn.com. It's rodeo time in Sabetha. Come to the 61st Annual Northeast Kansas Rodeo on July 16th and 17th. Steer wrestling, calf roping, bull riding, and more. It's an exciting event for your whole family. the Sabetha Rodeo. Don't you dare miss it.
Ag Promo Source is a unique group of marketing specialists with one mission: help your ag business grow. Each affiliate has their own area of expertise, and they work together to bring you advice, products, and services. To get started, visit agpromosource.com. Ag Promo Source. Together we grow.
This segment brought to you by Heinen Brothers Ag. Farmers helping farmers by offering quality aerial and ground application, fertilizer, ag chemicals, and anhydrous ammonia. Call today to protect your crop yield.
Hello and welcome to AGam in Kansas. I'm your guest host Sam Capone, and today we're at the BIF convention in Manhattan, Kansas, and I'm here with Stewart Bauck. So Stewart, tell us a little bit about what you do and your job duties.
Okay, well thank you. I am with a company called GeneSeek, and we are the world's largest animal genomics testing facility located in Lincoln, Nebraska, of all places. And the job that we do is we take a small sample, a hair sample, a little bit of tissue, perhaps a blood sample. We extract cellular material and DNA, and we do a genomic analysis on that sample. And from the genomic information, we are able to determine the genetic merit of that animal for its future breeding purposes.
So Matt, I understand that you have this new business,
Embruon.
Embruon. Tell us a little bit about it.
It's basically a business where I receive embryos from embryo practitioners, be it in vivo or in vitro derived, and I can take a little biopsy of the embryo, and we can do several things. We can tell you the sex, or if it's a carrier of a recessive trait, or a full genomic background of what that calf would be if it makes a pregnancy.
So how do you work with businesses like Embruon?
So, well, they're a great and very interesting customer. So what they do is they take an embryo and they take some of the cells out of that embryo, they send it to us, we apply a chemical procedure that allows us to make thousands and thousands and thousands of copies of the DNA. And once we have the DNA amplified up, we genotype the DNA and we genotype it to create the genetic evaluation.
So why should ranchers or producers want to come and seek this opportunity?
For the seed stock producer, it would be attractive to know the sex of the embryo,
Definitely.
or to know if it's a carrier of recessive trait, if it's a really high pedigree donor, but you don't want to move along with the carrier embryos that she might produce. From a genomic standpoint, with the full genomic background, you could look at embryos and say maybe take the bottom third that don't genetically match what you're chasing and not put those in and not tie up the resources of a recipient animal for 9 months, which in an embryo operation, the hardest, most finite part to put together is the recipient herd.
So think about this. The technology allows you to take a few cells from an embryo that's just a few days old, and with the technology, you will be able to make a prediction about the genetic merit of that animal that's equal to growing it up, breeding it to some heifers, and raising their progeny for an evaluation. We save literally years worth of time and thousands of dollars worth of investment.
And what are the costs?
Typically it's going to add about $150 per embryo, give or take, to your day's production.
And then how long does it take to get the results back when you test it?
Typically 14 days.
14 days. So that's a pretty quick turnaround then.
They do a good job at the lab.
So with this great technology and all the great tools it has, do you see an increase in the future that more people will start using it?
It's just been an absolute explosion of technology. If I were to, tell you about what comes in our back doors, it's an exponential growth. Part of that is because the cost of the technology to the individual producer is coming down. I oftentimes say to people, in what universe does it make sense that somebody can send me a tail hair sample covered in manure, and in 14 days and for less than $15, I will query the very essence of life and tell them about the future breeding potential of that animal? It makes no sense. But those things all contribute to a broad scale adoption of the technology because it's so powerful for the benefits it can provide.
Well, thanks for joining us today, Stewart.
My pleasure. Thank you for interviewing me.
There's a a lot of different ways of doing this woodwork, but I could not make a knife without both hands, especially without this thumb. And my thumb was so sore that I couldn't even touch it, and they wanted to fuse it, and I said no, cut it off, because I didn't want it sticking up. And I found out about the Kansas regenerative stem cell and went to Manhattan and had that taken care of in my thumb, and now I'm able to go again.
Soil is the life of a farm, and for 25 years, SureCrop Liquid Crop Nutrition has helped growers produce abundant quality crops while preserving and improving the soils they steward. SureCrop offers complete soil and plant analysis with cropping recommendations, delivery direct to your on-farm storage, and quality crop nutrition custom blended for your field. Choose SureCrop for the assurance of excellence for your soil. Call today or visit their website for more information.
Tallgrass Commodities offers producers bulk commodities at a reasonable price with reliable service throughout the whole Midwest. To find out more about Tallgrass Commodities, visit tallgrass.us or call 785-494-8484.
Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
Valley Vet Supply.
AGam in Kansas, brought to you in part by Kansas Corn. Learn more at kscorn.com.
Hello and welcome to Horsing Around. I'm Dr. Chris Blevins at Kansas State University Veterinary Health Center. Today, joined by Dr. Dylan Luter.
Hi.
He is one of our boarded surgeons in large animal here at Kansas State University and is a clinical assistant professor here at the vet school. So welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Probably a lot of times Dr. Luter would be somebody that a lot of people would see during emergency services, and a lot of people say, well, I hope I don't get to see you, but it's sure nice to have you here.
That's sure, yeah, I would say that a lot.
One of the other things that I think that a lot of people don't know is your interest even in lameness and other modalities of lameness too here at the vet school, and maybe that's a great topic to at least to discuss as far as options that we have here at the vet school when it comes to if your horse is lame or we need to figure something out as far as a lameness within a horse. So kind of briefly give us a synopsis of what Kansas State has to offer through equine lameness.
Sure, yeah. Well, we have all of the clinicians here see horses for equine lameness, and I certainly have a big interest in that. And I can start out with just a very simple lameness exam to sort of figure out where the source of the lameness is coming from, and if it's something that more sophisticated, we do have the lameness locator system, the computerized lameness system that we can put on there and find some other things out. And then once we have figured out which leg and what area of the leg it's coming from, we have a number of different modalities that we can go to. We are a brand new digital radiography unit that has wireless receivers, so that's always nice with not getting tangled up in that. We have a brand new ultrasound for getting excellent images of tendons and ligaments in those structures, and then most recently we have a new CT unit which we're standing in front of that we are developing the techniques for to use different contrast enhanced methods and CTing equine limbs to find various problems that would cause lameness. So,
and I think that some owners, they don't actually realize that very similar things that they use in the human realm for any orthopedic aspect, we are developing and using it more in our other species, including the horse.
Yeah, there are lots of things that I talk to people every day, and they say, "Oh wow, I didn't know you could do that in a horse." And certainly, the imaging and the lameness aspect of things are right on the forefront, I think.
And I think that something we always have to remember as far as our horse is it's hard to say hold still while you sit on the table, so we got to anesthetize them and do it if end up needing a CT or even potentially an MRI. And that's something else maybe to just mention. What are some things on the forefront of things that's going to be added here at Kansas State Veterinary Health Center?
Yeah, well, we're very excited. Of course, we have the Equine Performance Testing Center that we've been discussing the last several years, and that's finally going to be come to fruition and get built. And then we also have a brand new MRI. We're updating our MRI facilities so that we can offer those to our equine clients, and hopefully within the next year that will be available. So lots of exciting things.
Yeah, cool. Well, I sure appreciate Dr. Luter just discussing all the different modalities that we have here at the vet school. It is exciting, and if owners would like to know more information about here or Dr. Luter or anything that we have to offer for horses, just give us a call here at Kansas State University Veterinary Health Center, and we'll sure be happy to entertain any questions or concerns you may have on your horse.
Yep, thank you.
I'm Dr. Chris Blevins at Kansas State University Veterinary Health Center, and we'll see you around.
Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture, represents grassroots agriculture. The state's largest and most powerful farm organization stands up for its members through leadership development, agriculture education, legal defense, environmental advocacy, farm safety, and risk management. Members also enjoy money-saving benefits. To join our organization today or to learn more, go to www.kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
I think it really extends your home out to the outdoors, and Mark always had kind of a vision of what he wanted to do with the yard, and so he envisioned this kind of outdoor area, the waterfall and things, but when Blueville came in, they had some really good ideas of how to place it and how to do different things that really enhanced the project. So.
Yeah, over the years we've grown to really enjoy our outdoor living space and developed a great working relationship with Blueville.
Hello friends, I'm Ernie Rodina.
And I'm Dawn Dawson with the Better Horses Radio Show.
For over 9 years, we've been bringing the Better Horses Radio Show to markets all across the Midwest. We talk about God, lots about horses.
We talk about cows, we talk about horse health, we talk to top trainers, and we even talk about Roy Rogers.
We're having a blast with Better Horses Radio Show and would love to take it to a market near you.
So visit our website at betterhorsesradio.com and let us or your local radio station know you'd like to hear it in your area.
The Better Horses Radio Show is unbelievable.
AGam in Kansas is brought to you in part by Sure Crop, liquid crop nutrition delivered right to your farm.
Welcome to AGam in Kansas. I'm your guest host, Sam Capone, and today I'm here with Jesse McCurry. So Jesse, it's my understanding that we're having some issues with the EPA and Atrazine. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, yet again, our favorite federal agency, the EPA, has come out at a time when most farmers are farming for a living, asking corn and sorghum farmers to make comment on a very scary issue, and that is the prospect of having a de facto ban on atrazine, a chemical that is ubiquitous in crop agriculture.
What is this going to do to the farmer?
Well, the concern is that essentially what the administration wants to do is to try to take away a proven crop chemical. This is just a step in that process. There'll be more steps to come, but the urgency around this is that once you list first part of June a comment period for 60 days, farmers have 60 days from the 1st of June to the first part of August to get comments in. And and our social media opponents and anybody that's anti-agriculture is putting in comments about how bad atrazine is. And I would just ask your listeners to consider what it would be like farming atrazine, and if it concerns you, we need your help getting comments in the Federal Register.
So what are some ways that they can go and help the fight?
The good news is that the Atrazine network has been active for years. I know many of your watchers and listeners will remember, Jerry White's been a tremendous leader for Kansas agriculture and has been active in this. Greg Krisick and Tim Lust and others behind the scenes trying to be prepared for this issue. This is one where corn growers and sorghum growers and the state and federal organizations for growers and the Farm Bureau are very active and engaged because it affects all of us. And there's websites to go to. One of the easiest ones would be our website, which is sorghumgrowers.com/sorghum alert. You can go to your Kansas Farm Bureau's website, Kansas Grain Sorghum Producers Association, and the corn growers. Look on social media, but again, the easiest form to go to would be sorghumgrowers.com/sorghum alert.
Well, whatever organization you're with, it doesn't matter. Make sure you just go and comment and help with the fight for atrazine against the EPA.
Closed captioning brought to you by Ag Promo Source. Together we grow. Learn more at agpromosource.com. To see this show and past episodes of AGam in Kansas, go online to agaminkansas.com.